In the past years, Japan has developed different inventions that have left the world in awe.
We hope we will grow and prosper together with science in Japan for many more years to come.
From the invention of the first digital camera in the late 90s to the shocking invention of robots in the 20th century, Japan is said to have had substantial impacts on technology and innovation, influencing not only Japanese society, but also the global market. They have also been known as one of the world's leading countries in space exploration.
Today, we are once again reaffirming that Japan and the U.S. explore openly, explore peacefully, and explore together.
However, seeing that they are not relenting is intriguing, as they've recently developed another shocking invention. This invention has shocked not only the scientific community, but also the world at large. But what has Japan invented this time? And what impact does it have on the world? Stay tuned to find out. The origin of the space elevator. The space elevator is a revolutionary idea that could change how we travel to space. Instead of rockets, we would now use a long cable connected to the Earth and extending into space.
If you want to go to geosynchronous orbit, it's millions of dollars per pound if you want to go to the moon or Mars. It's expensive. With the space elevator, we reduce the cost of getting into space to dollars per pound.
The story of the space elevator began in the 19th century. In 1887, France was preparing for the 1889 World's Fair. This event was a big deal for them because it celebrated the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. Engineers were thinking of ways to showcase French innovation and progress. So two engineers working for Gustave Eiffel, Maurice Koechlin and Émile Nouguier, came up with an idea. They wanted to build a giant tower made of iron. This tower would become known as the Eiffel Tower. Standing over 1,000 feet tall, it was the tallest structure in the world at that time. Nothing nearly as tall as the tower has ever been constructed. It has attracted the attention of many, as millions of people visit it every year. People were amazed, and some were even inspired by this feat of engineering. One of the visitors to the Eiffel Tower was a Russian scientist called Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. He was known to be a man fascinated by space and rockets.
Konstantin Tsiolkovsky wasn't a classically trained scientist. He was a secondary school math teacher, but he was so enamored with getting into space that he created the rocket science and mathematics.
Standing at the top of the tower, he wondered, what if this tower kept going up all the way into space? Indeed, it felt like he was ascending into heaven. This thought was, however, the seed that grew into the idea of a space elevator. This is where it gets really interesting. Tsiolkovsky's idea was just a dream at first. He only imagined a tower that could reach space. Still, he knew building with the materials available then was impossible. He may have felt entirely elevated on the Eiffel Tower, but it's nothing compared to being in space. So his idea remained in the realm of science fiction. However, Tsiolkovsky didn't give up on his dream of space travel. He wrote many papers and books about rockets and space exploration. His work laid the foundation for modern astronautics. Although he couldn't build a space elevator, his ideas inspired future scientists and engineers. Now coming to the mid-20th century, an American engineer, Jerome Pearson, had an exciting idea. Instead of a tower, he proposed using a cable. This cable would be attached to a satellite in geostationary orbit. This means the satellite would orbit the Earth at the same speed it rotates, so it would stay in the same spot in the sky. That's not all. The cable would be anchored to the ground at the equator. Pearson realized that the centrifugal force from the Earth's rotation could keep the cable taut.
It's essentially a ribbon, one end attached to Earth, the other end up in space. And because of the rotation of the Earth, the ribbon stays straight and tight.
However, the biggest challenge in building a space elevator is finding a material strong enough to make the cable. Steel and other common materials are too heavy and not strong enough. This problem seemed unsolvable until the 1990s when there was a breakthrough. So how did it happen? In 1991, a Japanese scientist named Sumio Iijima made a groundbreaking discovery. He found a way to create carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes are tiny tubes made up of carbon atoms. They are called tiny because they are quite tiny, as the diameter of one of these tubes is often a single nanometer. However, carbon nanotubes are incredibly strong and lightweight, much stronger than steel,
This is a carbon nanotube. It is lighter than aluminum but stronger than steel.
which made scientists realize that carbon nanotubes might be the perfect material for a space elevator cable. Carbon nanotubes can be 400 times stronger than steel when created right. Space elevator was considered impossible because no material was light and strong enough at the same time to hold them together. However, with the discovery of carbon nanotubes, the idea of a space elevator became more realistic. After all, carbon nanotubes were applied to all things, from electronics to energy storage and even medicine. So why can't it do this magic one more time? So a significant move happened to see how this could make a dream come true. In 2005, the first space elevator games were held. These annual competitions were set to challenge teams to solve the problems of building a space elevator. Teams worked on making strong cables and designing climbers that could travel up and down the cable. And this urgent need was what birthed a team known as the ISEC. In 2008, the International Space Elevator Consortium, ISEC, was founded. This group of experts and enthusiasts is dedicated to making the space elevator a reality. They publish research papers and organize conferences to share ideas and progress. However, they are not the only ones in this pursuit. It is no news that Japan is one of the country's leading space elevator research. A Japanese construction company called Obayashi has announced plans to build a space elevator. They are already working on the technology and hope to start building soon. Obayashi's design includes a cable anchored to the ground and extending to a station in geostationary orbit. Exceptional climbers would travel up and down the cable, carrying people and cargo. The company believes this project could revolutionize space travel and bring many benefits to humanity. But what benefits would this much-talked-about space elevator have on humanity? Have you thought about it? A space elevator would be much better for the environment compared to rockets. Rockets burn a lot of fuel and release harmful gases that pollute the air and contribute to climate change. They also damage local habitats and leave debris in space. In contrast, a space elevator would use electric climbers powered by renewable energy, reducing pollution and preserving ecosystems. This would make space travel much cleaner and safer for the planet. Interestingly, there are significant economic advantages too. Sending things to space with rockets costs about $2,500 per kilogram. A space elevator could reduce this cost to around $100 per kilogram. This considerable cost reduction would make space travel and cargo transport much more affordable. It would also allow for frequent trips to space, boosting industries like space tourism, manufacturing, and scientific research. Safety is another significant benefit. Rocket launches are risky and can result in catastrophic failures.
A massive fireball lit the sky when an unmanned rocket exploded in Virginia.
It happened just seconds after liftoff. Now NASA is trying to figure out what went wrong.
A space elevator would provide a safer, more reliable way to travel to space. This would eliminate the risks associated with explosive rocket launches and reduce the likelihood of accidents. The space elevator could also drive scientific and technological advancements. Easier and cheaper access to space would enable more scientific missions, allowing researchers to conduct more experiments in space. Developing the space elevator would require new, super strong materials like carbon nanotubes. Research into these materials could lead to breakthroughs in other fields, such as construction, electronics, and medicine. It also has an advantage in energy production. So, a space elevator could have solar panels attached to it, collecting solar energy in space where the sun's rays are stronger and uninterrupted by the atmosphere. This energy could then be sent back to Earth, providing a clean and abundant power source. The space elevator could also boost the space economy. It would make launching satellites into precise orbits easier, enhancing global communication, weather forecasting, and Earth observation capabilities. More so, a space elevator could support long-term human presence in space. It would simplify transporting the materials needed to build and maintain space stations and colonies on the Moon or Mars. This could be a crucial step toward making humans a multiplanetary species. In the event of global disasters on Earth, having a space elevator could provide a quick and reliable means to send aid or even evacuate people to space habitats. So, with all these capabilities and benefits, who wouldn't want a space elevator to be a reality? Not me. Before we continue exploring the space elevator, let's look at another of Japan's recent inventions that has kept the whole world on its toes. What could this be? Japan's breathtaking invention. Japan is said to be at the forefront of technology and innovation, catching the world's attention with its groundbreaking advancements. Renowned for its precision engineering and cutting-edge research, Japan has consistently pushed the boundaries of what is possible. With a strong focus on quality, reliability, and innovation, Japan continues to lead the way in shaping the future of technology, inspiring even other nations worldwide. You would always be marveled at their level of technological advancement. It's like a gift that the Creator has blessed them with. Here, we've seen the rise of breathtaking inventions that have left the world awestruck and even questioned the continuity of human endeavors. One such invention is that of Moxie. Have you heard of Japan's extraordinary Moxie? Join us as we explore Moxie's journey.
The pandemic has taken a toll on nurses across the country, and many say they're still feeling the effect. One CEO says she has a solution: robots, on a startup's creative way to give hospital staff a helping hand.
From its inception to its remarkable impact on the front line of healthcare. So, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, hospitals worldwide faced unprecedented challenges. Healthcare workers were stretched thin, facing long hours and immense pressure to provide care while minimizing the risk of infection. It was in this environment that the idea for Moxie was born. Preferred Networks, a Japanese technology company, recognized the urgent need for innovative solutions to support hospital staff. They envisioned a robot that could autonomously navigate hospital corridors, delivering essential supplies and freeing valuable time for healthcare professionals to focus on patient care.
A whole variety of support tasks that these robots can do to sort of give time back to the clinical staff so they can focus on patient care.
So, with a clear vision in mind, the Preferred Networks team embarked on bringing Moxie to life. The design process was collaborative, drawing on expertise from various fields, including robotics, artificial intelligence, and healthcare. They came together, fueled by a shared passion, to create a robot that could make a real difference in the lives of both patients and hospital staff. Of course, it didn't end there. The story had just begun. We all know turning concepts into reality requires groundbreaking innovation and meticulous attention to detail. This made the engineers at Preferred Networks work tirelessly to develop sophisticated algorithms and software that would power Moxie's autonomous navigation and task execution. Interestingly, Moxie's AI capabilities were designed to enable it to adapt to dynamic environments, navigate complex hospital layouts, and interact safely with patients and staff. From learning to recognize and avoid obstacles to efficiently planning delivery routes, Moxie was equipped with the intelligence to perform its duties with utmost efficiency and reliability. So, Moxie began to be deployed across hospitals in Japan, and its impact was immediate and unique. The robot seamlessly integrated into existing workflows, providing much-needed support to overburdened healthcare staff.
In healthcare, we're always busy, and an extra set of hands is always a big help.
And of course, healthcare workers had no choice but to welcome Moxie as a valuable companion in their daily routines. With the robot handling tasks such as medication delivery and linen restocking, nurses and doctors could devote more time and attention to direct patient care. Moxie was said to lighten the workload, improve efficiency, and reduce the risk of human error. But if we tell you that the team didn't encounter challenges while trying to make Moxie a reality, we would be doing more than lying. Before Moxie could make its grand entrance into hospitals, the team encountered numerous challenges along the way, from fine-tuning its navigation algorithms to ensuring seamless integration with existing hospital systems. Every step of the journey presented new obstacles to overcome. One of the major problems was ensuring that Moxie could operate safely in a busy hospital environment. The team conducted extensive testing to refine Moxie's ability to detect and avoid obstacles, ensuring it could navigate crowded corridors and interact safely with patients and staff. However, by leveraging the collective expertise of individuals from different backgrounds, they were able to tackle complex challenges and even do what was thought possible. The team's collaboration with healthcare professionals, was instrumental in ensuring that MOXIE met the hospital environment's specific needs and requirements. Through close collaboration with nurses, doctors, and other healthcare staff, the team was able to improve MOXIE's capabilities to better align with the realities of day-to-day hospital operations. As would have been expected, news of MOXIE spread like wildfire. As news of MOXIE's success spread, hospitals worldwide expressed interest in adopting the innovative robot to support their healthcare staff. They recognized the opportunity to use MOXIE to make a global impact.
And now one West Suburban hospital is reaching into the future to get some help for its employees. Our John Garcia introduces us to MOXIE, the robot.
So, Preferred Networks began exploring partnerships with healthcare providers in other countries. And with each new deployment, MOXIE's reach expanded, touching the lives of healthcare workers and patients in communities far and wide. From busy urban hospitals to remote rural clinics, MOXIE is a versatile and invaluable asset, capable of adapting to a wide range of healthcare settings anywhere. You already know that MOXIE was primarily designed to assist hospital staff with logistical tasks. However, its impact went beyond improving efficiency. The presence of MOXIE in hospitals brought a sense of comfort and reassurance to patients. Patients often found themselves smiling and interacting with the friendly robot during their stay in the hospital. And of course, you already know that MOXIE was sure to interact with them too. MOXIE's ability to interact with patients compassionately and empathetically highlighted the potential for robots to play a more active role in patient care. From providing companionship to offering encouragement, MOXIE demonstrated the power of technology to enhance the human experience in healthcare. So, MOXIE's journey continued, showing endless possibilities for innovation and impact. With the ongoing advancements in robotics, artificial intelligence, and healthcare technology, the potential for MOXIE to further transform the healthcare world is limitless. With each new iteration, MOXIE evolves, becoming more intelligent, capable, and integrated into healthcare delivery. This is just one testament to Japan's innovative power. With their innovations, they are determined to drive positive change and make a real difference in people's lives everywhere. Because of Japan's technological prowess, people are making crazy comparisons between other countries' technological advancements, like SpaceX and NASA's moon landing, and Japan's space elevator innovation. It's now like a battle to know who is leading the future of space exploration. But what do you think? Let's explore these comparisons for a moment. We already mentioned Japan's jaw-dropping project, the space elevator. However, as we mentioned earlier, finding the material strong enough to handle the weight and tension is a challenge. Now let's shift focus for a moment to SpaceX, popularly known as the brainchild of Elon Musk. SpaceX, short for Space Exploration Technologies Corp., was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk. So Musk had a grand vision to reduce space transportation costs and make it possible for humans to live on other planets. In the early 2000s, space travel was dominated by government agencies like NASA. It was costly and not very frequent. Elon Musk wanted to change that.
Focus on BFR for deep space human flight.
He believed that making rockets reusable could make space travel more affordable and accessible. Interestingly, SpaceX's first rocket came into play. It was the Falcon 1. It had a rough start, with the first 3 launches ending in failure. But on September 28, 2008, SpaceX successfully launched Falcon 1 into orbit. This was a huge milestone, as SpaceX became the first privately funded company to send a liquid-fueled rocket to orbit. Great news, right? Following it shortly was the Falcon 9, a bigger and more powerful rocket designed to carry heavier payloads. But why was this better? Falcon 9 was designed to be reusable. This means the rocket could return to Earth, land safely, and be used again, drastically reducing costs. But that's not all. In December 2015, SpaceX made history again by successfully landing the Falcon 9's first stage back on Earth after launching it into space. This marked the first time an orbital rocket was reused. It was undoubtedly a jaw-dropping moment. But rockets are just one part of the story. SpaceX also developed the Dragon spacecraft. Dragon is designed to carry cargo and crew to the International Space Station, ISS. In 2012, SpaceX's Dragon became the first commercial spacecraft to deliver cargo to the ISS and return safely to Earth. It still didn't end there. The next big break was Crew Dragon, a version of Dragon designed to carry astronauts. In May 2020, SpaceX made history by launching astronauts to the ISS aboard the Crew Dragon. This was the first time a private company had sent humans into orbit, and it marked the return of crewed launches from US soil after nearly a decade. One would think that is the end, or they might decide to rest from more innovations after these. But no, SpaceX is talking about the future already.
There's a lot of tubes on a rocket, and we have a couple of automated tube benders that, once you program a particular type of tube, it could be a very complicated tube that looks like a crazy pretzel.
From projects like Starship, which aims to colonize Mars, a future where humans can live and work on multiple planets, to projects like Starlink, which aims to provide global high-speed internet coverage by deploying thousands of small satellites in low Earth orbit. Imagine having fast internet anywhere, even in the middle of the ocean or high up in the mountains. That's what Starlink is aiming to achieve. Now let's talk about NASA's moon landing breakthrough. In the 1960s, the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a fierce competition known as the space race. Both countries wanted to prove their technological and scientific superiority by being the first to land a human on the moon. So, in 1961, President John F. Kennedy made a bold declaration. He promised that America would land a man on the moon and return him with achievements in human history. Interestingly, NASA's Apollo program was created to make this dream a reality. On July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The crew consisted of 3 astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Armstrong and Aldrin would walk on the moon, while Collins would stay in orbit around it. After a 3-day journey through space, Apollo 11 entered the moon's orbit. On July 20, 1969, Armstrong and Aldrin climbed into the lunar module named Eagle and began their descent to the lunar surface. The world held its breath as the Eagle approached the moon. Armstrong had to manually steer the module to avoid a rocky area. Finally, he found a safe spot and landed. Neil Armstrong became the first human to step onto the moon a few hours later. His first words as he made history were, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Shortly after, Buzz Aldrin joined him. Together, they spent about 2.5 hours exploring the lunar surface, conducting experiments, and collecting samples. Then, they planted the American flag, leaving a lasting symbol of their achievement. On July 24, 1969, Apollo 11 safely splashed in the Pacific Ocean. The astronauts were seen as heroes and welcomed back with celebrations worldwide. Their mission was a huge success, proving that humanity could achieve the impossible. So, who would you say is leading the future of space exploration? The truth is, they are all unique in their ways. Together, they are trying the impossible and inspiring the next generation of explorers. The future of space exploration is fascinating. Beyond space elevators, reusable rockets, and lunar missions, there's a lot more coming. We're discussing AI for autonomous space missions, new propulsion technologies, and space habitats. Interestingly, these organizations even often work together. SpaceX has partnered with NASA on several missions, including transporting astronauts to the International Space Station. Japan's space agency, JAXA, collaborates internationally too. And let's not forget the inspiration these advancements provide. There are young people worldwide who dream big and are driven by the possibilities of space exploration. Maybe one day, one of you watching will take a ride on Japan's space elevator, explore Mars with SpaceX, or even discover something new with NASA. Thanks for watching. Please share your thoughts on Japan's ever-evolving technology and innovation with us. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more.